What up, guy? Let's talk about this.
Barack Obama, who was a massive cultural Marxist, and in my opinion, then and now, a dangerous man on a number of fronts and for a number of reasons. And so, I ended up, some of you may have seen an interview that I did on CNN. People look at this ticket and their fear is that we will have Barack Obama as our president, that we will be moved toward a socialist agenda, that we would have the most radically candidate ever to run for president to serve in that office. And that is an untenable position for evangelicals. And I believed and said openly on a number of occasions that I believe this man's presidency would make race relations in America worse, not better.
I don't think that's the problem, because people have to come together. They have to stop with hate. They got to stop with fear and worry about what other people think. You're making your own self roast. Your presence making America, because you're scared to stand for something. You're scared to stand with God. That's the difference. You can't blame it on people when you turn against each other in the business. How you gonna blame it on somebody and you turning against each other in the business? That's the difference. You can't blame it on nobody and how other blacks treat other blacks and don't show the love of God. One president can't do it all by himself. It takes a team to do it. God took a team. God asked to spread his presence around in the village. He can't get everything done. Y'all got to look at life, guys. Life is what you make it, because if you choose to stand or you choose to be a follower, fear got us in that so much danger in that thing, because you don't know how to be on your own. You depend on others to love you instead of loving yourself, waking up. I never had that problem in me of socializing because of being a part of something, because I always wanted to do something different, even when I was in New Orleans, but you're not understanding what your society is doing. You're not teaching your own kids how to love themselves and how to be creative in their own house and how to just be in their own space and not understand people. You're not telling your kids and putting them in the mirror every morning and telling them they loved. Tell them to love yourself. Tell them to look in yourself every morning that you are loved. That's what you got to tell your kids every morning. Black, white, whatever that is. You got to tell them that you are loved. Evil is out there, but you can't blame it on one person. The president can only do so much. Each president can only, but your effort has to take effect. Change won't happen. God, one thing what it is with me, God is with me in change. And I see people in church and Joy and Victoria, but it's the rest of the Walmart is with me in change in this connection. That's the difference between those things. If they ready for change, if I talk to Walmart, if you ready for change? God said we stand up, but it's the people going to stand up for change. Don't blame it on one president and people are not willing. Differences got us apart in connection, but we are not. Our differences is causing us problems. Look, if we had a government that had a building that sent everybody life and everybody talk about all of their life and package in this building, they need to stop trying to have control. That's the theory. It's not on this. These are words to be said. Hear everybody out before you. All right, let me find out something where I can help them at and put them in whatever. It's about control, because they think America don't know what's best for them. It's about control, and you got to understand the definitions of those things. Hey, how you doing? It's about control, but you have to understand those things. Who's the understanding of it? Who made the rules as it go? Y'all made the rules as it go. The thing is, humans make the rules as it goes. The most thing that's gonna self-destruct us is we doing it on ourselves because we allowing connection to stay. And everybody don't got good intention, but we allowing connection to have boundaries, and we killing ourselves more to these things because the more you stop kids from, I know everybody don't got good intention, good intention. The more you stop kids from connecting, it can be kid, it can be grown up adult. It doesn't matter. The more you're trying to stop that, you're killing yourself because you're not letting the bonds grow. You know, you're not letting that. And let me tell you something. And I hate to bring this up, at 14, 15, I watching a thing called Sister Sister on one of Sister Sister play on Family Reunion. And one of the things about my relationship, I lived this in real time. We didn't, me and somebody hung in that relationship as much as we can. We tried our best. But the thing is, we both know we was gonna have to, we used to play music with each other. We both know when we say one day our thing was going to cry past. We both know this journey was going to be bigger than us because it got jealous, it got behavior, it got all of these things as kids of what we've been through, miss and a person in the past. So we have to understand those journeys that we've been through, you know, in a relationship. Because I can watch the sister, her mom, like when she family reunion with the one of the sisters off of Disney Channel, and we didn't let she didn't let her dad define should we should be together, but it got bigger than us. It got bigger than those things, and right now when I left 2019, a person paint the finger, but you could have just let us be together because you got jealous because you have friends that don't see the same thing as I do and don't understand those things. So when I had an argument before I left my relationship, before I left in 2009, me and the person had an argument and said it wasn't time for us to be together yet. Those things have to come with understanding of those things. But we can't complain about how things is when we are running and hiding. We are scared of the bigger threat. We're scared of those things. Those are the things we scared of, right? So we have to understand the biggest thing in our matter. We are scared of how can we be big and do the things we do, and we are scared. We put that on ourselves because when we back down each and every day for something greater, we are never evolved. You allow certain individuals to stand up for something. What about you? You need to take that stand. Obama just can't do it about you. No, you have to take that stand. When you go to a social event, a community event, it only got 200 to 300 people. What about a billion? What about a billion being in that gym? If you're going to talk about when you have a senator's meeting, a legislative meeting, and you got the whole back room, you got to have more people than that. You got to be willing to change and really say, all right, I want to sit in there with the people. I want to sit in there. I want the people to sit in there with the senators. How can we understand in our democracy? We can understand those things. But you can't blame Michelle Obama and them for where it takes an effort at. And when it takes effort of God and everybody to put, but if others don't do the part in what they need to do, how can we understand those things? Let me tell you, Walmart had a chance, and I'm gonna tell you something. God said, when they denied me, Walmart had a chance for change or not. They choose not to. When they lied on me and denied God, racism from certain black and white, you're outcasting certain individuals because of disability. Look here, man. I'm too intelligent for you. I'm too intelligent for this world to understand the comprehension of it. I go through challenge, but I'm too intelligent for those things. Those things, how can we be greater than every one of those things that we say we are? But you weren't in fear, you weren't in scared because or whatever those things you say you are, you weren't in fear why you can't fight. Maybe in your community and then move out your damn hood then go somewhere where you can fight at. Start Googling community centers and see what state that can have the promised land for you, that can understand you more in our nation. If your state can't get it right, your people in your state, God said, you got to leave that state for a while and go to other parts of America to get something greater. To understand the greater life that you want. To understand the greater, but fear come out of you not standing your ground. You care about certain things. God sent everybody on missions, but God sent people to attack things, and they choose to ignore it when they get themselves in a certain situation. When they got what they think they got, what they need. The journey, the mission, and the journey is never done. And you have to understand. I'm from New Orleans, but I stay in Texas. The mission and the journey is never done of how we present the world and how we want to present it. But I'm gonna ask, you know what a black woman tell me? I rather date a criminal. You know what? I'm gonna find someone that's gonna treat me right. But I'm not gonna date a black woman in this community that's work at Walmart and she's interacting with the streets because I don't need you. You got a woman that's gonna love you and find the things that what you're gonna find and not treat you like those type of things because they wanna fit into that society world. God, I didn't get this far by care about other opinions in life. You know, when a woman left and decided when her ex-girlfriend, boyfriend decided to talk, you know what I did? Like when she chose, I had to go to school. I had to go to the drawing board. I had to go to Cleveland. I'm chilling by people. I can't worry about how she direct things. And you know, cause she wanna be next to a jealous friends and niggas and cousins. I can't worry about those type of people where I have to move different. I was going to school on the weekend. I'm going to job fairs. And while I'm in the summer, I'm going to college. Y'all don't even know why I'm a teenager. I'm doing a lot of things. I'm helping out at Brookhaven Nurse Home. I got a job at 14 and 15. You know, I got those things of what anybody can't understand of those things. You know, but me working at 14 and 15, going to job, but you have a lady that lied when you get in a business and you got stockers that want you to be in a position and you got certain people that's picky. It takes all effort to do a lot of things in this world. But if other people, they so busy filing for profit, if that society don't agree with you on your aim as your profit goal and as your numbers on your YouTube views, you're not going to pay attention to it. Hey, YouTube, you're not going to pay attention to it, you know? So how can those concepts be with those formats of what you're talking about in those concepts? And we sit and put everybody thinking, and let me tell you, we have a government building and everybody write their problems and what attacking in life. And they have a whole room and there's everybody problem and we coordinate that. Now we coordinate it. We're not just talking about trying to change people's lives and change people in the household. We're talking about changing the environment in every hood, changing the environment to make it better. You can't just government just can't focus the household. You got to focus on the streets. You got to focus on certain tactics. You got to show what's going on in their school life. What's going on in their thing. Why they ain't getting those things. You think I gave a fuck, baby? What's pain? What's traumatized? What those, they ain't nothing. Embrace those things. That ain't nothing. Those things are what you can't understand. When a man can't hardly get up out of bed and he loves someone so much, but you tell God to help you keep going because we know we can't be there, to help things keep going. And that heart is tripping. What you understand when the heart is tripping, but you sit there for 10, 30 minutes and you just talk to God right for an hour where when you think your heart is tripping, but you tell God to help you keep going. You hardly hanging on there on your bed and your thing. You tell God to help me keep going, whatever I'm going through, to keep me going. And sometimes when you sit there for a little while, God gonna give you the strength to keep pushing through. We can't, the thing is, we cannot blame it on Obama. You have to have your part in your behavior and how you and your society address things. You letting things go too far in what you're doing. But at what price? You know, people said this about 9/11 couldn't have been avoided. Why you think that it was planned, baby? Stop that. Because you have a choice to say something and you have a choice to watch your. The reason why we mental disorder and some of us, because we know what we see, we know what we understand. But when you know what you see, is you standing for that right cause that knows what you see? Is it something that's greater? So the facts of those things, Malcolm X got killed for believing in God. The more you anything, jealousy in certain individual. One thing I don't want people to hang with me because I want you to hang with me because you want growth. I want you to be on my team because you have that ambition and that heart to grow, to see the world as the vision that you are. Those things can't be questioned about any of those paths and how we do things in those formats. So, what that is the dangerous. And then when you can't understand your profit and understand that, that's what the biggest threat with God, because God is trying to change the surroundings of the world. But you can't blame it on one person, social circuit, but others not willing to do because they scared. When you have a function or something, you have a function about a time home meeting, shit, baby, you should have about 1 million people involved. But don't blame Obama for something that everybody could have changed. But you choose to back down because of fear. That's fear, fear of God, fear of attacking. Never say nobody problems can't get handled. You might can't vote, but each year your problems get handled in a different, the way you look at life, it can get handled. And when that time for election to come up, trust me, you will have everybody in your corner when the next time come up. But don't put this on one man, and you have to know your part in this one. Let me tell you something. I want to tell you something. If Trump would have stepped in, Dylan Miller would have been still lying with his black and white employees, lying for conspiracy or racism. What type of person is that lying on somebody because they got their problems of calling names. So I can tell you about that situation, but that person only got mad. But the politics in Walmart only got mad because Trump stepped in. You know, a black and white be still calling names at Walmart. How can you understand that? What happened in 2019? If certain individual was stepped, Obama wouldn't have stepped into the situation, and all of them wouldn't have said something in an election. Trust me, Doug Miller didn't care. That black employee and that white employee at 2996 didn't care. How can we understand those things? But when somebody step in, they wanna act right. They wanna participate. They wanna put on the front for the cameras. I love black people, and that's what Doug Miller doing. He put on his front to make himself. He don't know what he did. You better step it up because if Joe Biden and Obama didn't say nothing, what you gonna do? They would have been still. Hey, I know my situation. I know certain things. If Obama and Joe Biden and Donald Trump wouldn't have stepped into this Walmart situation, all of them, CNN and then Capitol Hill, this man would be still lying. Him and the way he stand for would be still lying. You got to understand what situation they wasn't trying to hear me. But it took Obama, Joe Biden, Trump, and everybody. Everybody took a team effort. And when things were starting to get them, you know what Trump said? I did nothing wrong. He told Joe Biden and everybody else, well, I did this for us because of the point of view, the way people trying to project it on others of standing their ground and not understanding when people are putting pressure on God's child and the point of views of those things. This man only got scared because I said if I was a Walmart CEO, I would be over the disability department. We got so much to do. But the enemy of black and other people gonna fall because they gonna not want to work at Walmart. It's the understanding of whatever that is. It's plenty of stuff that, trust me, you don't even know what the things I did and what I had to learn. Chris taught me how to use a forklift, taught me how to electric pallet jack, cut that machine off and trying how to, he taught me so much. But the things is with that, when a white manager and a black shirt individual see that Grizz taking you to the office across the street at 1216, taking you to Home Depot every time over there by Walmart, taking you places to show thing, and that scares them. That scares the certain individuals in a society because they scared of fear. They scared of somebody coming. They scared of those things. I used to hear at Walmart 1260, oh, Hubert, we can't let you start feeling yourself because they don't want me to eat that. They don't want me to reach that height. But all of a sudden, you know, people in the stocker position at 1261 and Coca-Cola, everybody at 1216 wanted me. When I was before I left the community I'm in now, I was in Addison, Texas. And while I was in Addison, Texas and towards Carrollton, and I was about dealing with this crazy girl that got no sense. Over there, we sitting by the Winkle over there by towards Smith. It used to have a Target there, and my manager, since I was 14, came in and said, "He, I thought you was gonna come after you graduate school." But I was a stalker. Big Lots have always played the part of the team, but if you allow a racist manager and a racist person in the stock, I had no problem with my coworkers at nighttime. They all wanted me. They saw something. The stalkers saw something in me. They wanted me to come at, but he wouldn't come in. But Renee lied to them, and to this day, let me tell you something. I can go to Big Lots right now. I got it down the street, and I got all my resumes right now, and I got all of my resumes. I can have every job lined up, but you know what I can do? I can tell them to call Big Lots. Look at my resume. Call them when I was 14 years old and I was a stalker. Don't worry about any other job. Walmart don't matter. These businesses don't matter. I need you to call Edward and them and see, bring them a picture of me and see, baby, I can even bring a high school picture when I was a kid of me and see if Edward and them and the Big Lots family in Carrollton, Texas, remember me when I was a teenager. I said, I need you to call Edward. I would give them the location on my resume, and I'm asking them if I'm a team. I was a stocker, but if you got dictators of a black and the white people, I didn't have no problems with the stockers. I didn't have no problem, and people wanted me to come, but you dealing with certain individuals like Jeff is a narcissist, and you dealing with Steve. Now, I want to tell you something. What I did know, let me tell you something. Steve, I get a pallet, and this is where things is. And when we dealing with products on the floor, he told me to get a product. I said, Hubert, I want you to put this product on the shelf and show me how to do it. So I put it on there. He started laughing. Take it down, then he put it the same way, and he's become a hypocrite about it. People been know what I can do. I'm gonna tell you another thing. I'm at 2996, and I'm working at 1216 back in 2018, and I worked at 2996, but I'm gonna tell you the difference experience that I had. And every situation is different days, but this day was different than any other day. Jessica asked me to come over in the chips department. In that department, I want you to zone. Now, that time, this day was different. After she saw me zone the products and do what I needed to do, she smiled. Let me tell you what's the difference from 1216. And this day was kind of different from any other day at 2996. I'm gonna tell you what's the difference from that story. Yvonne laughed, and Jessica just smiled and took a picture and said, "Good work." That's the difference between different behavior in the society of 1216 behavior. They saw my potential, but they choose to deny that access. Black and other people that got their opinion choose to deny that access and how they feel. But I never had a problem with certain stockers. Even Coca-Cola was trying to get me to come. Those things is the bigger picture in life of how we see the point of views. What up, my Byron? What the thing is there with that point of view? Those things in that point of view, they been know what I can do. But if you let people dictate everything they do and lie, but when my manager still want me to come and participate, like still ask me, I thought you was gonna come back in 2019, 20, and I'm up to 2020, 21, 20, and she saw me 3 times. But this person tell lies. Jeff and all the rest of them tell lies. But I can see when I'm in a different environment. I can see when I'm in that different thing, and I can tell the difference. You know, Chris the co-manager, he said when he left, before he left 2996, he said, this is a good guy. He's not judging. He's not doing none of that. He said, Hubert, I get you. And he got me to do projects at 2996. And he always know I can get the job. He said, Hubert, before he left 2996, he was a good guy, man. I missed the guy. And before he was a nice guy, he was a co-manager for 2996. And I remember he telling me, Hugh, and he sent me to do jobs. I said, Hubert, I get you to do the job because I know you can get it done. He believed in me. But how can you do that when you got a store manager making lies at 12? I can see the different leaderships that's involved. The different leadership that's involved. It's about different leadership. Narcissists, man, it's about different leadership. But when I go in front of this co-manager, Chris, and at 2996, and don't get me right, when I go in front of this co-manager, Chris, he said, Hubert, I get you to do the job because I can know you can do it. But this man, I'm going to tell you at 12, so when I got to 2996, I sat with the department manager, and we in the back room. And the most important thing, He said, "Hugh, I'm gonna show you how to move around in the system of the company." But 1216 kept that from me. They didn't want me to know the truth. The racism didn't want me to have knowledge. But I told the marketing manager this. This is what I told the marketing manager. His name Ricky. I told him this. I told him I didn't know the things that I was like. I didn't know that I can go do all of these things on the computer. This man and these black people was trying to keep that. These are the people that was trying to keep that from me. Racism from 1216 were trying. I just had to cut somebody off because he talking about when they didn't do to me. Yes, you did it. And by the time somebody that watch you push carts by yourself and stare at you with racism at 1216 in the parking lot, some of the workers, how can you understand? And this happened at different times. Everybody leaving different times. When God told Moses to tell his people to paint the wall with blood, you know the name. Everybody, different people left. Different people working different nights. But I'm not going to sit up there and let this man, employees that have no respect and no love and like to lie, sit up there and tell me in the move. I cut you off. I cut you off, man. I cut you off because I know the love of God. But the thing is he scared of change? Dylan Miller can't handle it. He's scared to let me sit in that CEO position and take over disability department because he's scared of change. Dylan Miller's scared of change. All of them. And the black people scared of change and they don't even know. We kill ourselves and we blame other people because we let our society, we let the point of views of what you say people can't do. And like Chris Brown say, people ain't built for that. I ain't gonna let nobody tell me I ain't built for something. I'm not gonna let nobody tell me I can't go the distance in the bedroom. I can't let nobody tell me I can't be stronger than I am. I'm gonna go the distance in the bedroom. We gonna push those walls. I'm not gonna let anybody tell me I can't go the distance, baby. Baby, I tell you, if I'm with somebody, if you want more, I'm gonna give you more. Your energy, that love, when you put your hand, let me tell you, love is something when you tell somebody, you put your hand over her heart, and she put her hand over your heart, and you talk to each other's spirit. You grow that energy. You don't have to say it out loud. You just talk to each other and get that energy. Those things are that energy in the spirit. Connect that energy when I take my hand and put it over your heart and you take mine and then we close our eyes. We don't have to say it out loud, but we can talk to each other's spirit and grow that love, that love that we have so much for. And that energy of that love will make us go more harder. Anything that we do when we talking to each other, heart, mind, and spirit, and we just sitting right there, just doing those things to understand it. But you will never grow if you care what people say. You will never be more than you is. My mindset was blocked off, because you know what? I don't want. The thing is, they can't hurt you if your mindset's set off. They can't hurt you all the way when you see your enemy's spirit. So you block that from them. So you act some type of way on the job because they can't see those things. You know your enemy's spirit when you had a thing. So they can't hurt you when you close it. I didn't give Walmart that chance. I didn't give them all of that chance where I couldn't come back to no tomorrow. I didn't give them that chance. I blocked a certain part off where I didn't give you that chance. I didn't give Walmart people that chance. That where I can still, I saw their spirit and their mindset at 12, 16, and I identified. God said we can tell these things by truth and honesty. When you walk into orientation, you see how a manager act, and you got 5 people on the left, 5 people on the right, one person on the end of the table, another person on another end of the table. And he telling everybody good things, but looking at everybody but he look at you with racism. He see none of that in you. When we comprehend those things, right? So those things are what this man is doing. That he's a dictator. Anytime a manager then a black man that acts the way, I don't need that from you because you ain't no leader. The people in the business make it wrong. Society makes it wrong because we don't know how to take a stand and say enough is enough. But certain things you will go against, and it don't have to be always be a bad thing, but you don't want to understand it. So I don't want to hear you talking about those things where you're making false organization where you can't blame it on one person. Obama can't do everything by himself. Let me tell you something. After Joe Biden and whoever Trump or one of them get in office, I'm gonna tell you something. Michelle Obama can work and go for president, but she would know what steps to take when we come together as a country. If that's what people different, if that's what we can learn how to come together and attack every issue, but is we willing to attack it? I would sit with, if I was Trump in his position, I would sit with Obama and be like, hold up, but we getting this new point of view perspective. Let's sit with Joe Biden and Obama. And let's get this point. We get all us getting this point of view perspective of how we can make America more greater by these things that's been going on in real life. So the different tactics of that. My name is Hubert, Hubert. The different tactic in that situation. But our enemy want us. The thing I'm gonna tell you something. Our enemy want us to not have balance. Our enemy want us to fall. They'll tell you to move from a situation, and you haven't got you, and you know the business of it. But the enemy will stall in those things. We ain't meant to fall, guys. I think we have to catch on to the spirit when somebody trying to make us fall. Can you catch yourself when somebody when you can you catch yourself when somebody trying to make you fall? Don't want to that relationship that those things. I have to deal with a lot of stuff. I can tell people, but people got to be in the spiritual side open. I'm a teenager too. When I talk to these kids, Get Money Style the way he be our baby, he was Junior Sellers, Baby Legend, all the rest of those things. A man can't tell me nothing. God said, I know what's in that computer. I know how you get it, but you act like you play both sides with God. I know what's in that computer in jail. I know how you get it. You play your tactics. I know how you get it, man. So this guy don't talk about Obama, and it takes a team effort and a team thing. Don't talk about that when you're scared to walk the world and these kids getting led the wrong way and you scared to when parents don't know what to do. They read the I want to hear those things. I had to when I was in school. I was out of school. I was just getting out of school about a year before, and before I ventured out and moved, I moved over there towards Creekview. Right when I started to meet Tavine and them, and I was getting right out of school. Tavine and them don't even know this. I was actually getting not too long getting out of school. Like people don't even know it. That like I started working at you all. People don't even at that thing at that time. I started getting out. I like literally started just getting out of school, and I was working at Walmart. So went to 1216. So the thing is, when I used to work at U-Haul, and sometime I go, all right, y'all can chill in the living room while I go to sleep, and while y'all if y'all don't feel like going to school, y'all can Tavani and people at Creekview, they were chilling in the living room. My teacher, my boss would bring TVs from U-Haul and drop it off at my apartment. So they used to feel like, hold up. And I used to have my game, Tavani, DeMarcus, everybody, sometimes they tell me about their relationship. And it kept them out of trouble. So I used to have my little game and they just sit in the room, Tavani, and they sit on my porch or something. They have a choice to leave, to lock up, or close the jump, or get off the balcony and still keep my apartment intact over there. But that kept them out of trouble. And I had to go walk all the way. And that was like my first day. And people don't know, this was my first time in orientation working with Grizz. And I was in orientation. And Grizz gave me a coat. And he gave me a raincoat, said he were here. And that was about my second week meeting Grizz. That was like my second week. You got that coat. He gave me a raincoat. By my second week meeting Grizz, he said, Heber, you soaked. Because I had to cut through by chores, the McDonald's in Carrollton over there. Yeah. All right, I got you. Sorry about that. I forgot my voice loud. But those things with those situations are right. Those things with those situations, right? So the second week I'm going there in orientation, Grizz said, "Well, you friend, I had to walk all the way from the shortcut to about a hospital my mama used to work at and do those things." But this society fear change because they so busy being a follower, and women try to play you, baby. And let me tell you, certain individuals, people don't want change. Maybe most people may think you're not going to be loved and you're going to let the streets and them take advantage of you. You ain't going to find the right one and somebody to put that can see your point of views. Me and DJ Kelly already talked about it. If I find you, I'm going to be happy with it. But this society don't want to get that chance for me to venture out because they got a motive and lies. The society part. So if Kanye West or DJ Khaled, the society parts won't allow try to not to like that. They got so much of problems with that. So if Kanye West hooked me up with somebody, DJ Khaled hooked me up with somebody that's intelligent, what that mean? So what's the difference between those things? And I'm talking to DJ Khaled. Well, no, this is something that's not good because you need to understand what the enemy is losing. With the society that's losing, Walmart losing, the American businesses are losing. The American businesses are losing. When he talked to me on Facebook, the American businesses are losing. The society is losing right now in those representatives. And those representatives and how you do things. So that's the biggest thing with the conflict of the society parents. But a man that fear change, he fear those things. Look at, hey, God say, when the Justice Department look at those cameras from 2996 and 1216, God say, I tell the truth while they lie when spirit behaviors get, and they choose to be with them. They choose to be a part of those things and understanding those things. You know, when Trump denied me a justice of Social Security, you know what that means? He took the people side because the people had about their tax dollars. Everybody, Governor Abbott had the complaint about it. The people were racism and selfish, and it's mixed together. It can be black with the antagonistic mindset that don't agree with it. It can be certain individuals that have the certain things of the mindset that don't agree with the matter of what you're talking about. I'm doing good. How you doing? The world is our vision and our playground. But we have to understand that how can we win when the world, we have to see the minds of the spirit of everybody. God said, I don't have to be facing you to see when you're deceiving me. I can be facing your back to see what you're deceiving me. If I was in the army right now, I'm going to tell you one thing. I don't need a satellite to see my enemy. I don't need monopoly. I will see my enemy by spirit. I will feel a spirit in a tank or a car. I will already know they're the enemy because I see behind those means. See, Orion says something. Everything in the spirit is truthful, baby. You can never understand the spirit because it's still much to learn when you judge it. When you talking about seeing everything in that spirit, when you judge it, it's still much to learn. You haven't figured it out yet. There's still much to understand it. You don't understand. When I was just in church, I couldn't even sit in there in a whole minute without the heart dripping, without the understanding. It don't mean you're dying. That mean the heart dripping of what a person used to tell me when and we never know this. She probably forgot it when we was kids. Remember Sabrina, when we was really letting everybody get in our business. And she told me one day, you forgot what you love. You forgot what you understand. Those are the things that we have with each other. And that's what she told me. That's the conflict that you forgot all of those things. We both know those was the problem. She even told me before I get this tattoo right here to wait till we got older to be together. But I didn't get this tattoo for that. I got it because one day I'm at Marissa's house and she told me to wait till we got older. She told me to wait till we get older to be together. And that was exactly what came out of her mouth. But the thing is, in character tech, she said something about I saw one day Marissa's friend say you uses everybody. And he tossed the phone. I got this because of my legacy. I didn't want her to run because of how we communicate with each other. Before that was a Mirza, it was me and her. And me and Sabina, mom, got into it was about how we communicate with each other. It's not about them. It's with our two spirits. We used to say all the time one day, music was our communication, all of it. But we both know we had our things and we had to hang in there. We have our ups and downs. No, she told me one day, we walked in from Perry. I get out of school, we walked from Perry. And she said, Hubert, I heard you, you'll see. I don't care. Let's go through this road together. Let's go through this road together. I stood through the storm. And I don't regret none of it because it understand me that she really played the big part of it. I had to realize how far I came at this being or how she made that impact on me as a kid. So I have to realize something with those situations. It her made that impact. She made that impact. So I met before we did music, if it wouldn't be for Sabina, I wouldn't have made all the challenges I had. I was able to. She played the big part of it. They feel like the terrible part of it. So I had to really, really understand the meaning of those things and where do we go from here. We both know it was going to be hard as kids. We both know it was going to be hard. We hung in there as long as you can. That's all you can do when you can hang in there. But it started to get bigger in us. Jealousy friends at Newman Smith, her friends, when she's way at another school, her friends would tell Mirza didn't even know. And she would just, him and Sabina. They used to have these little spiritual jealousy problems. Mirza just used to sit in the cafeteria at Newman Smith. He found out because Sky was jealous and doing all of those things. So Mirza get out the school bus and he just woke up sometime. Mirza, you gotta understand, Mirza was like he just woke up sometime and he would just sit there and eat at the table. But let me tell you, that 911 call that laughed at me and played the big part of the DA know what they did. They know a part of Yellow Breeze lied. They know what they did. They know they part in it, the little sneaky behavior, denying me a help 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. But you call yourself a government, you know the behavior. They ain't dumb. They know what's going on. And let me tell you, certain individuals in those format. But me and Sabina had our different, and before 2019 happened, when that girl on Facebook got to Mirza, we apologized to each other. We both said sorry, and Mom and Dad said it wasn't time yet. I said, I'm getting tired of waiting and playing these games with you. We've been doing it. We both know what we both did. We both know our part in it and all of these things that we played. So I understand when it comes to the relationship in society and participating. People had to try to when certain other teenagers couldn't get what they want out of me. So it made it more hard out of me. It made it hard for me as another teenager. The chemistry right, the connections right. But if I don't get, I feel like as a teenager, if I ain't gonna participate and show more of my personality, I'm gonna show you. And that's how I felt when I was around certain individuals that probably didn't hang. I was Sabina and us up from Delhi, and they live in that apartment. So that's how I feel when I'm around. Oh, you ain't gonna act right. I'm gonna show you. And I had to deal with other teams. So it made me feel like that when I was around other people. It made me feel like that if you ain't gonna act right, I'm gonna show you. So they made it very very hard for me when certain teams, other teams, when I'm a team, couldn't get what they want. And and those are the things. So the conflict with those situations, if other certain teams can't get what they want, I'm gonna show you. Like if I turn my person and we by the pool chilling, and the chemistry right, and I'm choosing it. Those things we have to understand. So and if you can't, like people made me like that. If you ain't gonna participate, like short doing these little gym shorts, doing things like this, the behavior, and we throw the connection off. I had to deal with a lot of bullcrap from people, man. Like this behavior. So they made it feel. Oh, if you ain't, I'm gonna show you. If you not, other thing like it can be at Perry. It can be at. I'm in school. It can be. Trust me, they made it very clear. In certain things. So I had to deal with that type of thing in society. Like, all right, if you ain't gonna participate in it's the we feel a connection, but those things could be those things could be at a high point in life. So you see things when other teams beating up other people and doing all of those things, but people just rather just block things off from me and not have nothing to do with me. It's always been in that and that's when a person gone, is that's the society as a team. So I have to feel like that when I'm dealing with other teams like this, or I'm dealing with other people on the school campus. I'm dealing with her friends. I'm dealing with people in the apartment. You're not gonna open up and show. I'm gonna show you something. And I was around that type of behavior. It's the way the spiritual side was acting out of these things. So when we talk about society, it's certain individual. You can't tell me about participating, but don't they talk about that? But the thing is, and all of those things, I had to deal with some teen. I had to deal with some. They beautiful as fuck, but I had to deal with some them walking home from Perry and dealing with other girls. I had to deal with so many damn things with that. I'm working. I'm doing stuff. I'm going to college. People don't even know that I'm doing all of these. I'm going to job fairs. Like I'm doing job fairs. I'm doing stuff like that. I'm in school. Like I'm going to thrift stores. I'm working at that age, but I know what I wanted out of life, and I still know what I want.